What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We just gonna do a little Friday night live. Y'all know what's up. Let me know where you are from in the chat, okay? Let me know where you're from and down in the chat. Just wanted to have some fun on this Friday afternoon. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting here and I was like, it's so many things that I really didn't get to touch on this week that I was really dying to touch on. And I was like, you know what? Let me jump on the live and just like have a little bit of fun. You know what I'm saying? So let me know where you're from in the chat. We about to get into a little bit of news and, about to do a little bit of Q&A. You know what I'm saying? So let me know where you're from and then we'll get started in just a second. Now, I know a lot of you guys have seen the title of this, and it's a couple of things that I felt like I literally wanted to touch on today. Let me give you guys a little bit of background first. I have had the longest, craziest week ever, and I didn't get to do all of the videos that I wanted to do, honestly, because I felt a little bit burnt out by the end of the week. Like, yesterday going into today, I really felt the strain of it. And I'll be trying to get out as many videos as I can for y'all because I honestly love what I do. But sometimes that editing process, it be taking your boy out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you know what? I need to just chill out for a second. But I did want to jump on this live to, give you guys a little bit of tea that I did come across and just to kind of answer any questions you guys might have about any particular subject that we kind of touched on this week. And if possible, I might do more of these types of lives every Friday just to kind of recap some things that maybe we didn't get a chance to discuss during the actual week. And I know sometimes you guys might have questions for me. Right now, I'm not drinking my detox tea. I'm just drinking, little drinky drink because it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling good. But I want to go ahead and touch on the Sheree topic first, because I know that a lot of you guys come here for Real Housewives tea. So I want to go ahead and dive straight into that. Now, this isn't major, but your girl Sheree is coming back to Bravo. She will be on Watch What Happens Live on Sunday night. I don't know if a lot of you guys knew that or not, but it's interesting to me that she is slated to be on Watch What Happens Live, especially in light of all of this stuff that's going on with Jennifer and Nene. We talked about it a lot this week about how Nene and Jennifer, they went live and they talked about this whole situation with Jennifer's ex or whatever. And then in two separate videos, they specifically threw her name in the conversation with this guy. Now, initially I was thinking, this seems so random, right? Like it seems so random to toss Sheree's name in there the first time. But then when I saw the second video, and I'm not sure about the order, they really made a point to sort of associate Sheree with this man. And I think Nene even mentioned, something about there being some type of con association. Don't quote me on that, but that's kind of what she said in the video. Now, for me, I thought that was strange, but it's even more strange now that we know that Sheree is going to be on Watch What Happens Live on this coming Sunday. Now, it is being said that Sheree was slated to be on Watch What Happens Live well in advance of all of this stuff coming out, but all of a sudden it's being really announced that she's going to be on there. Isn't it interesting that she is going to be on Watch What Happens Live after a reunion episode? Does anybody else not find that just a little bit odd? Why wouldn't you have one of the stars of the show on there instead of having someone who used to be on the show? Okay. So Sheree, I'm assuming, is going to be on there probably answering, hopefully, questions about, what happened to her mother, because we all wanted to know, at the end of the day, a lot of people were concerned about why she was TikToking, just a week or so before it was announced by the news that her mother was missing. And then she made that whole post, right? And honestly, I didn't want to be insensitive when I did my video on it, because I just wanted to kind of get the word out that, the woman was missing. Didn't put no, I initially, because I always set the videos with the ads and stuff like that. But initially, I ended up taking off the ad because I was like, I don't want, I just want to get the word out. But then after I did the video and the next day I was thinking about it, I was like, once she was found, I was like, well, where was she at? She was in Ohio or something, right? But ultimately speaking, at the end of the day, what happened? Like, I'm gonna need some answers, because I feel like we were all up in arms about it. Thank God she is safe, but I still want to know, girl, what happened? You know what I'm saying? So now, with her being on Watch What Happens Live, I'm definitely assuming she's going to be clapping back at Jennifer and Nene with regards to everything that they've had to say about her. And honestly, what better platform to do it than Watch What Happens Live? You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it, but as much, because a lot of people talk about it all the time, Andy is messy. And listen, I mean that in the most positive way possible. You know what I'm saying? Because he's about to give us something that we didn't even know that we wanted or needed, but it's coming at the right time. So that's why I titled that Sheree is back, because she will be back on Bravo on Sunday night, right after the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Now, I don't know if you guys will be tuned into that or not, but I know you guys will be tuned into the reunion. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you think she's going to be on there to talk about. A lot of times they be on there to promote something, but what does she have to promote? Now, the word on the street had been that she was being brought onto the show for next season. There have been a lot of word on the street about Phaedra being brought back as well. Okay. Now, we talked to you guys about how Cynthia Bailey, it was being reported that she wasn't coming back, but now she's basically saying to the Shade Room, yeah, she coming back. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, well, what for? Honestly, where else does she have to go with her storyline? And for me, is Sheree an appropriate replacement for Cynthia at this point? I kind of feel like we've already seen everything with Sheree. She's come back once before. You know what I'm saying? Unless we're going to see something new, I don't necessarily know what it is that we could get from her at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? Storyline wise, unless you now coming in with this whole beef with Nene, and we're going to find out more about your relationship with your mom, because that's what I need to know right now. Okay. Yes. Wild and Proud says Cynthia still has her wedding to showcase. I agree with you 100%. And I feel like we as fans of the show deserve to see that reunion. You know what I'm saying? That marriage. We deserve to see that. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys would like for Sheree to come back on the show. This does seem like a way to sort of bring her back into the fold. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't know personally from a critic's perspective if I'm sold on it yet. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I'll have to just wait and see. Oh my God, you made such a good point. Kim B, listen, can I like this comment or something like that? This is something that I've never even thought of or processed, but that is also probably one of the best reasons that I don't necessarily know that I would need to see her back on this show. You understand what I'm saying? It's not for disliking her. I want everybody to get a check, but I just don't know if this is the right time for that. So I want to move on to Tami Roman, okay? Because I know a lot of you guys have seen her at this point on the thumbnail, and I've mentioned her in the title of the video. So one of the interesting things that happened this week, and was this week a wild week or what? Okay, I just want to know, like, did you guys think that this was the craziest week? I mean, it was a full moon, so maybe that was what was going on with people, but I felt like people was acting up this week. You know what I'm saying? And so one of those people was Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox has something to say about that good Kenya Moore. Vivica Fox had something to say about that good Nene, accusing Nene Leakes of, doing the stuff, the stuffy stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, I said it in today's video, Vivica might make for a pretty decent cast member or something like that, but I don't necessarily know if we be going there just yet. But here's what I do want to say that's interesting. She did her little Bonnet Chronicles, Tami Roman did a Bonnet Chronicles where she basically came out in support of Nene. Now, she had initially posted, I think it was under maybe the Shade Room or something like that, talking about how we need to support, our reality stars who want to go and get therapy, because that was something that Nene has said, and that was what Vivica, Lisa Ray, Claudia Jordan, and Selena Johnson were reacting to when Vivica made those sort of insinuations that Nene Leakes was on the stuffy stuff, okay? And I'm still waiting for some ramifications to come about as a result of that, okay? But moving right along, Tami Roman has come out in support of Nene Leakes, basically sort of saying that, you know, she's been in the reality business for such a long time, and she understands that at a certain point in time, if somebody says that they need therapy as a result of the things that happen on this show, then we should applaud that person for recognizing that they need therapy. Now, here's my thing. I don't have a problem with that, and I think that if that's the route that we want to go, then that's fine. I don't want to see it as a storyline for Nene next season, because at the end of the day, I thought that was her storyline for season 12, that she was on a spiritual journey and still traveling first class. Okay, that's what I thought we were supposed to see with Nene's storyline, but they were so busy being vindictive and cutting her out of the episodes that we didn't really get much of that, to be very honest with you. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, are you going to be seeing the same counselor or therapist that you had seen before? Is it going to be a Dr. Jeff, or is it going to be somebody new? Because I think it needs to be somebody new. And it might need to be Iyanla, okay? The reason why I say that is because apparently Dr. Jeff didn't work back in the day, and the spiritual guide or whoever it was didn't work for this season. So I feel like it might need to be Iyanla, somebody with a little bit of a stern hand, you know what I'm saying, that can come in and kind of, you know, give a little tough love, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that would actually, that I would want to see, okay? That's the type of therapy session that I feel like I would want to see. Now, I ain't got no issues with Nene saying that she needs therapy. If you need some more therapy, go to therapy every year if you need to. But what I'm saying is, let's get the real deal going. You know what I'm saying? Because whether you like Iyanla Vanzant or not, and by the way, have y'all ever read any of her books? Somebody recommended that I read Peace from Broken Pieces after I had gotten out of a bad relationship, and that book just made me want to throw myself off the building, okay? I would not suggest reading any of her books, but she does make for some really good TV, okay? She makes for some excellent TV, and she does seem to know how to get the girls in reality TV together. I mean, hence, seeing what happened on Braxton Family Values, okay? Now, that was a mess. And see, that was entertaining, too. So I would need the same type of entertainment from Iyanla and Nene as well. But let me know what y'all think about this down in the comment section below. You know, are you here for Nene, you know, at this point in time, going to get therapy after this reunion? I mean, I guess to me, I feel like this, you know, and this is just, and I don't dislike any of the ladies. I love them all because, listen, they give us all this good entertainment. So I'm here for it all. But what I do think is this. I just remember Nene, I do remember her saying she was coming to blow heads off for this reunion. Okay. I remember her saying that distinctly. Okay. So for me, I'm thinking to myself, okay, she is coming. She is going to be ready. It's going to be, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, to see that she was the first person to close that MacBook, I was like, now, Nene, come on now. Because I'm thinking to myself, to be very honest with y'all, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. If you are paying me $2.5 million, $3.5 million, all y'all can come at me. Guess what? I'm gonna sit there and come at y'all for 8 hours too, okay? And then I'm gonna go quietly go see my therapist afterwards, okay? And after I have a couple of drinks, that's what I'm gonna do. And then go to the bank and cash my check and go buy some stuff, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. But that's just me. Y'all let me know what y'all think in this little chat section below, okay? I just want to know what you think about it, because again, I'm thinking to myself, Nene, I know you got it in you to be able to take all these, you know, these women and these questions. And the other thing I thought was odd is, and not to go off about this, but in her video after they taped the reunion, she said it's not fair that they was asking her all the questions. Here is my thing. If you are asking me questions for 2 hours, that's more screen time that I got, okay? And so the more screen time that I got, the less screen time y'all got, okay? So for me, you can ask me questions for 8 hours if you want to, and I'm gonna still get paid this 2.5 million or however many millions I'm about to get. And at the end of the day, if that means to me that if you ain't getting no camera time and okay, oh well, okay, the reunion will be all about me, then put my name on the marquee. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, again, I digress. You know, I could talk about this for days. Now, there is something else that I do want to mention to you guys because I felt like it was very interesting. Okay. So this whole situation with Jussie Smollett, y'all know the whole thing going on with him, right? Now, about 3 weeks ago, it had been alleged that he had been, or the lovers or whoever the attackers were, had been meeting at the bathhouses and things like that. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I don't understand. See, Jussie is, to me, is just a situation of frustration. Okay, he is a source of anxiety for me. You know what I'm saying? Because and I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you. Listen, I believe that the whole situation was made up, and I feel bad for believing that, but I do. I believe it. Okay, all the evidence points to that being the case. Now, I just feel like, in light of what we are seeing in the media, in light of the fact that we are having our black men being gunned down just for jogging in neighborhoods, you got the audacity to try to fool the system by staging some, allegedly, by staging some cockamamie burglary outside of a subway, okay, or whatever, and then putting a noose around your neck or whatever it is. I don't know what you're doing. But I just feel like that's a travesty. And now you making me look at you crazy, okay? But that ain't all to it. Because let me tell you what's happening with him. This man, it looks like he is about to be the extorted or blackmailed or something like that. Let me go ahead and pull up the story for y'all so y'all can know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Pull it up. All right, so they're saying, this is Gossip of the City. Now, they are popping off with all the good info, right? So they posted this. Now, y'all make sure y'all support this site because they always got the tea, okay? Y'all know how supportive I am of people who are out there just doing the doggone thing. They say this: actor Jussie Smollett is being extorted by one of his lovers who claims the actor owes him money. The man says that Jussie has until tonight to pay up, or he's releasing a 3-minute video of Jussie Smollett's sexual activities. The man also claims to have receipts on Jussie Smollett and a rapper's sexual relationship. We cannot show any of the content, but in a small clip, we did see the actor is performing the oral sexification on somebody, okay? Now, you guys can actually check out the site for yourself to see exactly what's going on. And I suggest that you do so expeditiously because you will see these screenshots right here show exactly what the case was. You know what I'm saying? So let me just bring it on back. Is it wrong for me to just ask for Jussie to go away? I mean, like just for about a year. We already want to forget 2020. You know what I'm saying? So let's just go ahead and toss him in with 2020 and just forget him. I ain't saying cancel the brother. I'm just saying let's just toss him in with 2020, because once 2021 come and we passed all this stuff that we going through right now, I'm gonna want to forget 2020 really happened like that. You know what I'm saying? And as such, I would really like to sort of toss him into that bin and just push the file cabinet closed. You know what I'm saying? And then just forget that it exists. Y'all ever had a bill that you never wanted to pay? You know what I'm saying? So you just kept pushing it back to the bottom of the mail pile and acting like the thing didn't exist because you was really low on money. Actually, you weren't low on money. You just wanted to spend your money elsewhere. You didn't want to pay that bill. So you just keep pushing it off to the side. Can't we just do that with Jussie Smollett until we actually absolutely have to deal with him? That's just my question, because to me, I just feel like he just keep getting himself in more and more trouble. Him and Lee Daniels apparently not talking to each other. I don't know what to do with this man, but ultimately speaking, I'm not saying throw him away. I'm saying put him in the back of the file cabinet. You know what I'm saying? Can we do that? Is that possible? I mean, you know, is that bad of me? I'm just wondering for my own sake. Y'all help me out here, okay? Let's help me out here, okay? Now, we're going to move on in just a second. Autumn Sunset says we've been canceled him. Okay, maybe I was late to the party. I was too busy trying not to spend my money on those on random stuff. So anyway, we're going to move on to this whole Tekashi situation because I just want to know what you guys think about this. Y'all know that Tekashi 6ix9ine has released some new music. It's called Gula. He released it earlier today, and he got a video out for it and everything. Now, I was like, he on house arrest and everything like that. So how are you? Whatever. But at the end of the day, he didn't release the video, and then he went on and did a live on Instagram, right? And so apparently his live was breaking the internet, okay, because it had 2 million people on it. Now, there's a poignant question that I want to ask here, and I'm going to ask it in just a second. But first things first, I want to play something because I feel like I just want to get you guys' opinion on it because I feel like I don't know how I feel about it. And sometimes when my spirit don't let me rest on something, I feel like I have to come to y'all and get some clarity because sometimes some of y'all be having some answers to things. And I just sometimes like to work through it with y'all. Can we work through it together? Okay, I'm going to take that as a yes. Let me pull it up for you right quick. Okay. Let me share this screen. Give me 1 second. I'm about to share it right now so we can all take a gander at it together. All right. Okay, so we're going to go on over to the site right here, and I'm going to press play, and I want you guys to listen to this.
Oh, well, he winning right now, yo, how y'all let that kid rap, right? How y'all let him rap and come home to still get more numbers than us, break all the records? Why y'all can't stand it? Something? Y'all can't stand it. Y'all can't, listen, you live your whole life, right? You live your whole life trying to be a real nigga. And this is me. This is real Danny shit. Fuck 6ix9ine, right? This is some Daniel Hernandez shit. You live your whole life trying to be a real nigga, trying to be a stand-up, tall, loyal guy. To try to shit on a kid like me, to be like, yo, fuck that. He's a rat. He's a rat. He's a rat. He's a rat. To be like, yo, he ratted. To then a rat like me to come home and still do more numbers than you, I would be mad too. I would be mad too. If a rat came home and did more numbers than me, I would be mad too. I would. I promise you I would be mad. If a rat came home to like the way I came home and did more numbers than me, I would be mad. You have every reason to be mad. Every reason. Because, what?
All right. So I guess my question to you guys is this. I'm just trying to understand something because you know, I got to let y'all know, I came from a time and era of, you know, like just, I grew up listening to Eric B. and Rakim, Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be like a little LL when I was growing up. I was trying to rap and, you know, put my records on too. You know what I mean? That's why I became a DJ. But ultimately, I just kind of, I want to know, and this is just, and I just need for you guys to help me on this. I want to understand where we are with this. A couple of things. One, is this all right for this young man to be using the N-word so easily, so readily? Is that what we're doing right now? And because the reason I want to ask you this is because there were a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, a lot of your favorite celebrities in the comment section just cheering him on, talking about they big mad, they big mad, they big mad, they big mad. Listen, and I don't hate on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm just trying to sort of understand where we are as a society right now and as a culture. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to sort of ask you guys, is this okay? Is this, are we cool with it? You know what I mean? Is this how do we feel about it at this point in time? The next thing I want to ask is, like, who was he talking about? Because Meek Mill has actually come out and, you know, done some tweeterizations about, you know, kind of clapping back at him or whatever. But do you guys think that because, and correct me if I'm wrong, was it D Nice that had, how many did D Nice have when Michelle Obama was on with him on live? And when he was talking about the numbers, he was talking about the people that was tuning in to his live because he was at 2 million, right? So people was comparing him to like Tory Lanez, who had been pulling in big numbers with his lives and stuff like that, and how he had toppled Tory Lanez. So for me, I just kind of want, like, sometimes I don't always just do reality TV type stuff, but sometimes I happen to look on the Instagram and I say to myself, well, what's going on right here? I'm trying to figure it out. And so I want to know what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? Am I lost? Am I lost? I just want to know. I just want to know. Somebody help me out with that. Somebody help me out with that. Now, moving right along. The last thing that I do want to touch on with you guys is this. So we talked about earlier this week, we talked about this whole situation with Jamal Bryant and Giselle Bryant. And I initially did a video on it. And I just want to have a real discussion with y'all right now. So initially, when we did that, I got the emails that everybody else got, right? And I sat on the emails about Jamal and these allegations that are out about him. I sat on the information and I said, you know, I don't know what to do with this. Something in my spirit said, don't touch this yet. You know, kind of see what happens, kind of see what, you know, where the situation goes before you touch on it, right? And so I had some conversations with some colleagues, some other YouTubers that I really, you know, love and respect. And I had some conversation. I didn't really have a conversation with John, but John Murray, he posted something I thought was interesting. So I kind of took heed to that and I ended up taking the video down. The reason why I took the video down with regards to that whole situation was with Jamal Bryant and Giselle Bryant was because, I mean, it was getting to the point where there was being cease and desist letters sent out, you know, and all kinds of stuff like that. And for me, I'm like, you know, when it gets to that point, you know, those types of things aren't fun to me. You know what I mean? When I got into this, I do what I do because it's fun. I do what I do because we like Housewives. We like stuff that's going on in pop culture. You know, I'm not out here trying to ruin nobody's life or nothing like that. I don't, whether or not those rumors are true, I don't know. I'm going to just kind of wait and watch and see what happens, just like everybody else. But what I don't want to ever do is, you know, I guess make somebody feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? With what I do. So I just tried to honestly do the responsible thing. And since there was so much pushback occurring with regards to that whole situation and it was getting so beefed up, I just felt like the responsible thing to do was to take the video down and sort of just take a step back from that situation and kind of just watch to see what happens as a spectator and less as a commentator. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. You know, I had a couple of questions about, you know, what happened to the video, that sort of thing. And I wanted to kind of jump on here and let you guys know that, you know, I try to do this with as much integrity as I can. I try to make this as fun as I can. And if it ever starts to get like dark, then I won't do it anymore. You know what I mean? Because I genuinely get so much love. There's a lot of times when I get a lot of, you know, negativity. I've learned to not respond to that because I think that it doesn't send a good message if I put out negativity. You know what I'm saying? So I just always try to look for the positive, even in a negative comment or a critique, because I feel like there's some value in that. And I try not to take it personally because I don't know where everybody is coming from with every situation that they when they comment. You know what I'm saying? But I did want to come on here and also talk to you guys about that because I felt like it was important to let you guys know that, you know, even as I continue along my journey, you know, on YouTube and on different public platforms, that I want to continue to learn and grow and do the right thing always. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes there's a fine line that we as, you know, I would consider myself a journalist and a sort of a critic. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's a fine line that we walk because we, you know, we want to stay on what's hot and what's popping, but we also want to like look at, okay, how does this make a person feel? How does this impact that person and their business and their livelihood and just stuff like that? And so that's kind of where I come from when I'm doing my stories and when I'm doing what I do. You know, I just try to be somebody that at the end of the day, when you guys look at me or when you guys see me, you know that I try to always do the right thing. And I try to come at situations never from a malicious place, but just from a place of critically understanding what's really going on and with a little bit of humor as well. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to kind of put that out there so that you guys really understood, you know, why I might make a certain decision, why I don't, you know, go in on people like that. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing too is that I often find myself, not often, but sometimes I will find myself in situations where I might be asked to interview somebody, or I might be asked to, you know, just do something that may put me in a situation where I may be next to a person that I've had to talk about. And you want to be able to talk about a person with honesty, with integrity. And I want to give you guys the real on what I think, but I think there's a way to do that and not be nasty about it. You know what I'm saying? I've run into housewives who have, you know, said to me, I appreciate the fact that, you know, you talk about me, but you were fair in what you said. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten DMs from people who have said the same thing. And so I try to conduct myself in a way that, you know, when I get off of this platform, I can be proud of it. You know what I'm saying? And then you guys can be proud of it too. So that's all I kind of wanted to say about that. I did want to hop on here. My spirit was saying, get on live, do something, you know, talk to the people and, you know, connect. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like doing the lives, because I like to connect. So yeah, you know, if you guys have any stories that you want me to cover, you know, moving forward, or any shows that you want me to cover, you know, feel free to email me or shoot me a message in my texting community. I always like to know what you guys are really passionate about. And if I feel like it's something that I can vibe with, then I'll definitely try to rock with it. And if not, you know, then I just won't. But I do like to try to be as, you know, as true to myself and what I enjoy as possible. And hopefully you guys enjoy it too. I will definitely be covering Married to Medicine. Someone says I dragged Kenya all season. I want to address this because I feel like I get this whole Kenya situation quite a bit. Kenya, I feel like, is a reality TV villain. I think she knows what she does. I think she is smart about what she does, but I don't think that she's a bad person. I don't. I just think that's just, everybody has a role on reality TV. You're either going to be a hero or a villain. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you might be an instigator or, you know, a reactor. It just kind of depends. Kenya's good at what she does. That's why she's good for the show. Point blank, period. That's how I feel, you know? And that's just it. I'm always going to be honest about what I see on the screen. And sometimes that means that your favorite is going to be wrong to me. And that's just it. It's just going to be wrong. And you gotta, and I think as a viewer or somebody who is in our community together, you gotta be able to look at the situation and say, yeah, she was wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh no, I disagree with you on that because, you know, somebody else did XYZ to her, you know, and I'm cool with that because I welcome you guys disagreeing with me, because that doesn't mean that I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying this is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And then you have your opinion. And sometimes when I read your opinion, I be like, oh yeah, you know what? You kind of right about that, you know, but it's not about me disliking anybody. I don't even move like that. There are not people out here that I dislike. Yeah. Thank you. This is basically it. Respectfully disagreeing. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully disagreeing. And that's it. Any more questions or anything that you guys have questions about? Baby Bop says it's just commentary. Yep, it's just commentary. It's fun. And sometimes somebody will need to be lightly dragged. You know what I'm saying? You could do a light draggerization sometimes, and you know that's not harsh. That's not mean. It's just like we do that in fun, but it's not like I'm not dragging for filth. I'm not tearing down a person or their business or their personality or, you know, who they are. I'm talking about their actions. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a big difference. You know what I mean? Somebody want to know if I was married. I'm not married yet. I'm engaged. Somebody said love at first sight. Is Eva only mad at Nene because of the question she answered on an interview? I think it's because maybe it was asked multiple times and Nene had to address it honestly multiple times. I think that's how she really felt. And I think also Eva needed to respond. for the sake of her position on the show. Who else? Just stating your opinion. Are you and Giselle related? No. Oh, thank you for that. Wait. Nothing wrong with dragging if they're verified facts. That was cute. That was real cute. But yeah, so I'm gonna thank you guys so much for stopping by this live. I just again wanted to come on here and ask and really ask some questions about some things that are going on in pop culture and some things that we didn't get a chance to talk about. Maybe I can do like a weekly live like roundup where we kind of discuss everything that we didn't get to touch on during the week. And yeah, that way we can sort of stay connected a bit more. I try to be as accessible as possible, especially with the texting community. You guys can always email me if you have questions. If you guys have questions about working in television, I'm thinking about doing like a small mini course about that, as well as some YouTube stuff. So let me know if you're interested in that. Send me an email. Yo, I'm so mad at this comment. And on that note, I just want to let you guys know that I love you. Take some time out for yourselves this weekend. I know I am. Make sure you guys are gentle with yourselves. And even if you fail at something, be gentle with yourself. It's been a rough week for me, but I feel like I've learned a lot. And I want to thank you guys for sticking with your boy, okay? With that being said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're waiting on. We would love to have you here in the Sky Squad. And I will see you guys in the next video.